Hi guys, I thought that today I would remind you about number grids and the patterns that are inside of a number grid. So the first thing that we need to learn is, or remember at least, would be right here. Let me just change my color here. Okay. This going down is called a column. The column in the number grid is very important, and I'll tell you why in a moment. When we go across, that is called a row. A row is also very important in a number grid in order to help you find the patterns. So columns and rows help you find the patterns and help you figure out what numbers might come next in a number grid. For example, right here, I only have the number 1. And if I think about it and I look carefully, I can see that the number 1 is in the ones place. And also that all of the numbers that are in that column, that means all the numbers that are going down, have the number 1 also in the ones place. See? If I go and I say, okay, let's see if this maybe only happened with the number 1. So let's look at the number 2. The number 2 is just the number 2, which means it's only in the ones place. And then I'm going to go down the column and I'm going to notice that the number 2 is only in the ones place. You see that it's always, sorry, not only, it's always in the ones place. So that means that if I keep going and I had another box down here, oops, sorry, doesn't look that good. There we go. I needed a bigger box. If I keep going all the way down, what should I have at the end? Should I have a 1 in the ones place? No, right? That doesn't make any sense. So what number should be in the ones place? Well, if this is 2 and the column says that the 2 says that the column always has to have a 2 at the end or in the ones place, that means here I need to have a 2. The other thing that these columns tell us, they actually show us tens and ones as well. So I'm going to erase just this part so you can see this better. Okay. And I'm going to change my color. Let's make it a little bit green this time. So I know that I have 1 in the ones place. What number's in the tens place? If there's nothing there, what's the number that means nothing? 0. So that means there's an invisible 0 here that you can't see. And when I keep going down the column, the tens place doesn't stay the same. The tens place actually changes by 1. It changes by 1 10. Here I had 0 tens. Now I have 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, 10 tens, 11 tens. So what would be down here? You think you guys can figure it out? All right, well, let's see. Let's think. If I have 1 in the ones place all the way down the column, that means I should probably have a 1 here. And if all the tens keep going up by 1 10, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that means here I should probably have the number 12. So underneath 111, I should have the number 121. And I didn't finish this one before. So underneath 112, I should have the number what? I should have the number 122. Because 12 tens is 1 10 more than 11 tens. The other way you could think about this is when you're using your columns, your rows. In your row, you could see that I have 121, and then I'm going to keep going. What's 1 more than 121? 122. Okay, so let's try this out and see if we can figure these out together. If I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I have 21, something's missing, and 23. What do you think is missing? Well, we can do it one of two ways. We can go down the column to figure it out, or we can go across and use the row. If I go down the column, I can say I know that this has a 2 at the end or in the ones place. So this must have a 2 in the ones place. And then I can say I know this has a 1 in the tens place. So something, 110, something tens, then what? 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens. So 110, how many tens goes after 1? After 1 is 2, so 2 tens. That's 22. Or if I use the row, I can say 21, 22, 23, 24, and I keep going. So something that's really important to note about the row is that most of the numbers have the same tens. So here we have 21 has 2 tens, 22 has 2 tens, 23 has 2 tens, 24 has 2 tens, 25 has 2 tens, 26 has 2 tens, 27 has 2 tens, 28 has 2 tens, 29 has 2 tens. But when I get here, after 29, what number do I say? Do I say 2930? Well, I do, but do I write it like this? No, right? I don't write it like that. So when I get to the end of my column, I have to think, and I have to say, okay, after 29 is what number? Oh, it's 30. And this is how I write 30. It still follows the rule for columns. If I have 20, that means I have 0 in the ones place, and I have a 2 in the tens place. And I'm going to keep going down. So I have another 0 in the ones place, 0 in the ones place, 0 in the ones place, 0 in the ones place. And then I'm going to keep going up by tens. So I have 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens. So this does follow the rule. Really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of these. I have 13, 23. That means this one should have a 3 at the end. Ooh, and this one should have a 3 at the end in the ones place. I have 110, 210. So then that should be 3 tens, 4 tens, and 5 tens. Here I have 7 in the ones place. That means this should be a 7 in the ones place. 110, 2 tens. So this should be 3 tens. All right. I'm going to show you really quickly one more, and then you're going to be trying this on your own, okay? All right. So this one has a lot more numbers missing. You're just going to have to try this as best you can. And if you get stuck, let me know and I'll do my best to help you. So here I have 100. 100 shows me that I have that I have 0 in the ones place. That means I still have to have 0 here and 0 here. I had a 10 on the left. So here I need to have what? 11. Good. If I have 11 here, this needs to be 12, and then this would need to be 13. All right, I can keep going and do all of these, but then I would be giving you the answers, and that's not fair. I'm going to do one more. I'll do this one in case you're not sure. If I have 102, I know that 2 has to be in the ones place. 10 is what I have on the left. What's 1 less than 10? Because remember, when I go up on my number grid, it's 1 less. It's 10. What's 1 less than 10? Oh, that's 9. So then this is 9. Okay, guys, so now that we have the number 92 here, we're going to go ahead and figure out what numbers are missing. So if we're going to use this row, let's figure out what number goes before 92. Before 92 is 91. You got it. So I count 91, 92, and then 93. Awesome. So let's check. 91, 92, 93, 94. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So far, so good. We're going to keep going. After 94, we have 95. Then 96. Sorry, that one looks a little funny. 97, 98, 99, and then we have 100. That means that if I count all of these, they should be in order and they should make sense. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Does that make sense? It does to me. That means these look like they're correct, and I should be able to now use all of this information to finish the next 3 rows. All right, give it a shot. If you have any trouble or you get stuck, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to help. Bye.